After the unsuccessful bid to win the African Union Commission chairperson, the Kenya Kwanza team is really trying to figure out how they can accommodate Raila Amolo Odinga and tame him for the period between now up to 2027, because they understand that an idle Raila is a very dangerous Raila. So in their mind, they want to find something for him. It is a very delicate exercise because they also want Raila to help them beyond 2027. So experts are still weighing out, is Raila going to contest? Can he run to the opposition side? And there is a team that comprises of the loyalists, the foot soldiers of William Samoei Ruto, and another team that is around Raila Amolo Odinga that would not want Raila Amolo Odinga to retire from politics, because without Raila, they feel unsafe and threatened. So they have been running around with the narrative that they want to revisit the constitution to amend it, either to give him a position of the official opposition leader that was in the NADCO report, so that he just gets vehicles there, a secretariat, security, because in their minds they feel that Raila will be too happy with just an office. And how do they arrive at this conclusion? When William Ruto rode in the same vehicle with Raila Amolo Odinga in Ethiopia, members of the Luo community, the Luo politicians, are crazy about this, and they're saying, we saw you riding in the same vehicle, the presidential vehicle with Raila Amolo Odinga, and that means you love our son, and therefore we will support you. So in their minds, they have concluded that Raila is easy to tame. You only create a position for him. Others are also saying that the chief PM, the chief minister, Musalia Mudavadi, could be requested to step aside so that Raila is allowed to be the new prime minister, sort of. And this has elicited a debate. There are those who are saying that this is the best way to tame Raila. Others feel that this is demeaning the stature of Raila Amolo Odinga, a man who was supposed to be the president and has told people that his votes were rigged. His victory was taken. How comes William Ruto wants to toss Raila left, right, and center? And some of his very loyal supporters are not very happy because they feel that William Ruto has crafted a plan to just joke around with Raila Amolo Odinga. Even the push to take Raila to the African Union Commission, chairperson, was meant to eliminate Raila from the political scene. So they are not very happy. But I've realized that within the ODM, there is a group that loves Raila Amolo Odinga. Apart from that, there is a voice that people are really waiting to hear. Whenever there is a political crisis within the ODM that involves Raila Amolo Odinga directly, people will talk. Edwin Sifuna, James Orengo. You will hear Luo politicians speaking. But before you hear the voice of Oburu Odinga, you can never make a conclusion. Even before Raila went for the broad-based government, I remember Oburu Odinga was asking one question when Gen Zs were on the streets, that you want Ruto to go where? And Oburu was saying that between Ruto and Gachagua, if you are given a chance to choose, whom would you choose? We are better off with the Ruto. That was Oburu, and that was the end of that discussion. Raila joined the government. So people are asking, why hasn't Oburu Odinga talked? And there are some credible sources that Raila's family and very close allies are not happy the way William Ruto handled the process of AUC campaign. Yes, he pumped in a lot of money, but his loose mouth, for lack of a better term, exposed Raila. The way they conducted themselves as they went to Ethiopia exposed Raila. Many people feel they were arrogant. The way Kizza Besigye was abducted from the country exposed Raila. And so many people feel that this must have contributed to the detriment of Raila's ability to clinch that seat. And it is said they are not very happy, and that is why even Oburu Odinga has not given the green light. They have not said anything. as a way forward. Yes, we saw Raila saying that, William Ruto campaigned for me, but Raila has never said that we are going to support William Ruto. Yes, we have heard other people saying. So, ladies and gentlemen, today it seems Raila sent a strong message to William Samoei Ruto. After consultation, Raila has said, I don't need the constitution to be amended. I don't need any of his, because this was the message.
Honorable Speaker, therefore, when Baba wants something, he will tell us himself. These people who have abrogated themselves the role of speaking for Raila Odinga and telling him, we will look for a space to accommodate you. Baba has many, many roles. He's a party leader of ODM. He's a leader of opposition. He's a father. He's a husband. He's a grandfather. He is not idle. Baba is not idle. He has things to do. So please, these people, I have seen even some colleagues from this Senate coming up and proposing ridiculous things like amending a constitution just to look for a position for Raila. What do you mean? In fact, as the father of this constitution, it insults Raila greatly if you can stand up and say you are going to amend a constitution just to look for a seat for him. That is not what he fought for. That is not why he fought for this constitution, Honorable Speaker. And the leader of the country today is the one during the campaigns who told us that for a change, we must stop looking for positions for leaders. Let us start with the Mamamboga. Let us start with the Boda Boda person. Let us start with other people, because all this time we have been talking about leaders. I want to say without fear of contradiction that if Baba wants something, he will tell us himself. All these people running around and saying, we will look for this, we will look for that. How do you know? He's not interested. Has he told you he's interested? And he has a mouth for himself. Do you know, Honorable Speaker, that despite me being the SG of ODM, I do not speak for Raila. He has his spokespersons. He has his spokesperson. I speak for organs of the party for which he is a member. But I cannot speak for Raila Odinga because he has his own mouth. He has his spokespersons. So please, we feel insulted as members of ODM when people run around looking for small seats here and saying, we want to propose him for this, want to propose him for that. It is entirely disrespectful to Raila Odinga for you to run around claiming that you are looking for a position to accommodate him. He is not idle, as I say.
Ladies and gentlemen, you will agree with me that if there is one person who loves Raila in ODM, that person is Edwin Sifuna. Forget all the other leaders who are in politics for their own gain. People who, whenever we approach elections, they want to use Raila for their selfish gains. As long as they get theirs, it doesn't matter. And they have been using Raila's name every day. Raila's votes are rigged. They find themselves gaining because they have been appointed, they have been elected in several seats. All the politicians who are around Raila Odinga, usually, most of them use his name. Once they have gotten their seat, they don't care about Raila. They have started again. They are singing, they have joined Ruto's choir. And they're saying, Ruto turn afresh. Because the Wamunyoro team laughed at us and celebrated when Raila lost. They want to weaponize a very unnecessary word that is not even there. That when some people were singing that Raila had lost, and most of them were even saying, we want Raila back to help us fight for justice so that William Ruto can be sent home. They're now using that to portray to Raila that, these people never wanted you. But I like the fact that Raila has now sent a message. Really, Raila's stature is not a man who should be tossed about to be given some simple positions. Hiyo ni madharau if you ask me. Ati kwa sababu Ruto alimweka kwa gari, and these people are now saying, Ruto, unajua, this is the highest heshima you can accord to our friend, our father. Now we love you, we will give you ton of fresh. And I've said that that is not the yardstick. That should not be the reason why people are electing William Ruto. When William Ruto subjects himself for a second term, let people scrutinize. What have you done to us? Let us look at the development record of William Ruto. What did he promise? What has he taken to Nyanza? For example, if the Nyanza people are saying that we should support William Ruto, I mean, it would be very foolish to tell us that the only reason why we should support William Ruto is because he allowed Raila to ride with him in his vehicle. Or that the only reason why you want us to support William Ruto is because is better than Rigathi Gachagua. Rigathi should never be the yardstick. Or you cannot make Uhuru Kenyatta the yardstick that Uhuru never gave us these positions and therefore Ruto has given us, so he's the best. I thought that the best way to look at a leader is to put him or place him against the promises that he gave. William Ruto, from where he is, must go back to the drawing board, because it is not going to be very easy. Experts are asking what next for Raila Odinga, and I suspect Raila might demand that since this was my government, lazima tugawe katikati. Because truth be told, the reason why Ruto came to Raila is because he knows very well he could not rule without him. So Raila must use that opportunity to ensure that if William Ruto really wants his support, wagawe, nusumkate. That is what he did in 2007. Otherwise, William Ruto is a very crafty politician, and they sent people, some of their politicians, to go and test waters. What are people going to say? And I'm really shocked that the ODM parliamentarians are getting into this trap. It pains me when a whole member of parliament tells us that we are going to support William Ruto. We saw you in Ethiopia. Really? Ati walikuwa kwa gari moja na Raila. Ati kwa sababu wa Munyoro wali celebrate. So that is the reason to support William Samoei Ruto. Ati they want to make some room for Raila to tame him. And this really corroborates what people have been thinking. What people have been saying all along, that they wanted Raila to get out of the political scene so that William Ruto can now control Kenyans. If you really love Raila and you want the best for Raila, would you really recommend that some positions are created for Raila? Then they will start saying that Raila can never be elected, that the only office he can be given is one that is created like in 2007. Yet they know very well that they are the culprits of taking Raila's victory. Raila should not allow himself to be subjected to this kind of humiliation. I personally believe he's been winning these elections, but because of internal and external factors, he's never gotten. And because of his attitude of being a gentleman, a statesman, he's never gotten it. If you ask me, Raila should endorse Kalonzo Musyoka and exit the scene. Kalonzo supported him thrice. This idea of telling us that we must support William Ruto, surely. You tell us that he has given Raila Odinga 2 positions, finance, that we've never been given that position before. Why don't you look at the bigger picture, that had Ruto not stolen Raila's votes, Raila maybe would have appointed, Alu in that seat, or even taken many other seats. Not only those 2 that have made some people very crazy and mad. I personally do not support the idea of creating some small offices. A man who has contested for presidency, a man who Ruto understands very well that he cannot govern without. Then some junior politicians, young senators, barely 40 years, are coming there to say that we want to create a position. As who? And I like the way Sifuna is putting it. Let Raila himself speak, not people speaking for him. There are people around Raila Odinga that should be kicked out. If you ask me, there should be an overhaul of the people around Raila Odinga. Raila should have very few, or they just kick them away. Let them remain as ODM members, but let them not speak on behalf of the party. And I like what Sifuna is doing, because Sifuna is the only person who understands that Raila is a respected leader. The others want to subject him to humiliation. They want to make Raila condescend to a level that is below his stature. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that is a clear sign. That is a coded message. In fact, it's not a coded message, it's a direct message. And Raila, if he's not the one who sent Sifuna, let him listen to Sifuna. I'm waiting for Odinga. The day Odinga says that Ruto ni mweupe kama pamba na tutamsaidia, because the last statement that Oburu did was ODM will present a candidate. So I'm waiting for another statement from him. As it is, I want to remain with Oburu's statement that ODM will fill a candidate. Wengine wanapiga kelele, wengine wanataka positions because they know very well that committees will be divided. Wamunyoro people wanafukuzwa. They are demanding for PSS and ambassadors that there must be, they said that there should be another reshuffle. Hawa wanapiga kelele kwa sababu kuna kitu wanataka. For Sifuna, remain steadfast and help Raila so that even if he exists, let him exit with a lot of pride, because you're the only person who means well for Raila.